And good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Train Aficionado Live. I'm Jonathan Higgins and we are talking about excuse me, what's coming up in 2025. So we've got a lot of great things planned for next year, so we're going to give you a little bit of a preview of that tonight. So the first thing that we want to let you know is we're actually reducing down the amount of live and shows that we're doing each and every month. So a programming change, first of all. We'll be producing and doing live shows which will air on the first Wednesday of every month. So that's a guarantee that you'll have a show on the first Wednesday of every month, unless I'm sick or there's something else going on. We'll have a show on the first Wednesday of the month. Bonus YouTube content may be released throughout the month, so make sure you're a subscriber of the YouTube channel. I will release additional programming, that could be scattered about through the month. We'll, of course, let you know through social media if anything new is going to drop outside of the first show of the month. So some big shows that are going to be produced in the new year. I was able to go to Rochelle, I almost said Ohio, Rochelle, Illinois, and I was able to capture the big boy. I actually have a lot of video and photos, and I will be putting together that produced show in 2025. We're also going to be doing one about the Seashore Trolley Museum, one of my favorite places in Kennebunk, Maine. So I'll be doing a produced video as well from there. We've actually have all the footage. I'm just sitting on it right now, so I just need to put it together for a program. We're going to launch something a little different on the channel as well, which we call, right now, the working name of it is the Train Aficionado Digital Scrapbook, where we'll basically put together a short little video with some of the photos I've shot over the years, which will kind of be synced up with a little bit of voiceover and maybe some music, giving you kind of a little bit of background on some of the photos that I've taken over the years. Of course, we're going to do some more rail fanning videos. Many of you actually loved, some of the chase videos that we've done with the Indiana Eastern. And then, of course, the Cincinnati short train line, which I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. It's escaping me. The Cincinnati Eastern, I think. And then, of course, the Indiana Eastern is where we rail fanned the train that you see in the photograph there. There's also going to be a new segment that I've actually dropped 2 videos that are on the YouTube channel right now called Railfan Gadgets. Where we'll take unboxing various products, do product reviews and demonstrations. The other thing that I want to do, which I haven't done as of yet, a lot of people wonder what's going on here in my studio, and we would love to be able to do a studio tour. So you'll be able to see some of the books that I have on the bookshelf behind me, and learn a little bit more about what's going on inside the studio here. So another great thing that we're looking to do. So if you're in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, or if you're anywhere in the country, you can sign up for our first annual 2025 Cincinnati Railfan Summit. Now, this is free to be able to register. You can do that online through the website, trainaficionado.com/events, and then look for the Cincinnati Railfan Summit. Now, since it's called Cincinnati Railfan Summit, doesn't mean if you're not from the area, you can't join it. This is basically going to be a summit that's geared towards rail fans across the country or even around the world. We're going to talk about rail fanning with a scanner. We're also going to talk about drone operation, And then Cincinnati has a real interesting history for the railroads. We're also going to have a speaker talking about Cincinnati railroads then and now. So this summit basically will be Saturday, January the 18th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Those of you that are in the Cincinnati area, we have limited spots available for you to be able to join us in person. If you're not from the area, register online for the online version. Basically, it'll be streamed live. And then the video, of course, will be available to watch up to 30 days after the event. So let's say, for example, you've got something going on Saturday, January the 18th. You could subscribe online, and then you could watch those videos after they're recorded at your convenience up to 30 days. This presentation, of course, is presented by Train Aficionado and the Scanner Guys. And I'll be the host of the summit. We have people that are coming in as guest speakers for the Drone 101 and, of course, for the Cincinnati Railroads Now and Then. I'll be covering emceeing the event and also doing the rail fanning with a scanner portion of the event. So 3 different workshops. We hope that you joined either online or in person. Make sure you sign up at tradeaficionado.com/events and then look for the Cincinnati Railfan Summit. And then there'll be a form to fill out. Let us know. And I could tell you that we're almost full for the in-person, so definitely sign up for online. We'd love to have you as our online audience as well as our in-person. For those of you that are that are far away, this will be a great option. This is pretty much going to be kind of a short show for tonight. Let's Go Rail Fanning asks, since Christmas falls on a Wednesday, will there be a show that day? No. This will be the last of the 2 shows that are airing tonight, Train Aficionado and the Scanner Guys, which will be airing at 8:45 Eastern Time, will be the last 2 shows of 2024. I see your question about, being able totally blind. Is there, and they can't see them. Can you identify train horn sounds? I'm not sure how that's done with identifying train horn sounds. A lot of times, it's a great question. A lot of band kids that are typically rail fans are able to distinguish the various horn types. And it's amazing that they can distinguish the horn model from just the sound. I'm not sure how you do that. Of course, I can't tell one horn from another, but a great question. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why we're going down on Train Aficionado. We're going down from 1 show a month, and we're doing 2. I will be cutting down just a little bit with both programs, both Train Aficionado and the Scanner Guys. Reason being, I'm active in the Cincinnati Railroad Club, and I'm actually on the board as a trustee, and I'm actually going to be the president of the organization starting in 2025. Besides doing this show, and then, of course, the Scanner Guys, working full-time, and then being an active member at the club, I'm just not able to juggle all these things all at once. So basically, I'm reducing down the load somewhat of producing essentially 2 shows a month. One for Train Aficionado, one for Scanner Guys, which we'll be announcing in the next show, which is coming up in a little bit in this hour. So that's the main reason why, is I'm just trying to reduce down some of the workload. Those of you that don't watch the shows all the time, this is a one-person operation. So putting together the shows each and every week is pretty labor intensive. It does take a lot of time, and just being able to keep producing show after show after show can be a lot of work. We do have a lot of video that I'm sitting on for video that I've shot over the last couple of years, so I'm going to start producing more video content. And then also I have tons of photography stuff that I could share, photos throughout, the Northeast, the Carolinas, and of course here in Ohio. So I want to show some of the photos and videos of that as well. So pretty much what I'm trying to do is more quality versus quantity. And I find right now where I'm scrambling to do a show each and every week. Basically, I come up with a concept of the show, put it together, then air it. And then the weekend rolls around again, and I'm back at the same routine again, where I'm basically having to come up with a concept, put together the show, and then, of course, do it live or launch it on the channel. We may return back to doing more shows a month, but as of right now, I'm taking on this new role with the Cincinnati Railroad Club, so I'm not too sure how much I can take, being able to do that, plus these shows, and plus work full-time. I mean, I really wish that this was my full-time gig, my job, but really it doesn't, unfortunately it doesn't pay the bills, so and this is something that I really enjoy doing. It's a part of my hobby, and I get to share it with you as the audience. Any other questions that you may have? We could do this as a little bit of an Ask the Train Aficionado type of broadcast tonight. Just looking through the comments real quick. I just want to thank everybody for, of course, tuning in tonight. We really appreciate those people that are able to watch the broadcast live. And, of course, those of you that watch the broadcast after it drops. So for this show, remember the biggest thing, Train Aficionado, new videos will drop, whether they're a live show or a produced show, on the first Wednesday of the month. And then any bonus content will probably drop on a Wednesday. And of course, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you'll see it on there as well. And, of course, we'll promote new videos posting on our social media as well. So definitely, if you're not already, follow us on Facebook and go from there. When will I be at Glendale, Ohio? I'm not sure when the next time I'll be in the area. I've been pretty busy. The other thing that really stinks about the winter months is by the time I get off from work, it's already dark outside. So I do like rail fanning during the daylight. Of course, you can get some cool things at night as well. And plus, the temperature is a little cooler as well, so I prefer being out there in the daylight. But yeah, hopefully I'll be making some trips out to Glendale. Glendale's a cool spot in Ohio where you can get both northbound CSXs and Norfolk Southern trains, which both have trackage rights coming out of Cincinnati. And this is a cute little town that's just north of Cincinnati called Glendale. It's one of the first places that I rail fanned when I came up to Ohio was Glendale, which is holds a sweet spot for me there. Yeah, I've heard that one of the companies is going to be putting a rail cam there. I don't think it's online as of yet. I'm curious how that camera will look during the day and at night. So yeah, I've seen that. That's on the local restaurant there, the Glendale. What's the name of it? Trackside Pub, I think it's called. I know they changed the name of the restaurant since it went under new management. So I just want to remind you about the summit. If you haven't already signed up for this, definitely do it. I know a lot of people that watch the channel are not from this area. By all means, register for the online. Basically, the online will launch live just like one of these videos that you watch, so you'll be able to listen in and watch each one of the speakers. It'll be 3 different videos, so they'll have start times, so you just tune into that feed and then watch the live workshop. So definitely sign up, trainaficionado.com/events, and then look for the Cincinnati Railfan Summit. And then if you're from the local area, there's only a few spots left for in-person, so definitely register for in-person now. And we're going to be cutting off the in-person relatively soon, so definitely do that if you haven't already. All right, so another update from the Glendale Railfan. He mentions the camera's already in. It'll be about 7 to 8 days before it goes live. Yeah, I saw photos of it put in, so that'll be interesting to see what that feed looks like for Glendale. Let's Go Railfanning mentions a show idea about railfan restaurants. Matter of fact, that is something that I'm looking into. I've already got a brand name for that and everything, and I just haven't rolled it out as of yet. Hopefully, as I get more time, we'll be able to do some of that as well. Smiley Antenna. Jim mentions this, which is a really great company for antennas, for the rubber duck antennas for your skater, which I talked about so many times on the show. They actually have a sale going on right now. Smiley has a 12 days of Christmas sale going on right now, and they have the Railfan antennas. They have several of them on their website that are tuned to the 160 megahertz that are currently on their website, probably on sale. So definitely take advantage of that. Let's see, just see if there's any other questions. Show idea, railfanning apps. Yes, we could definitely do another one of those. Navigation of course, the Heritage Unit app and some of the other apps that are out there. That's definitely something I could do with the new year, kind of going over the must-have apps while you're out railfanning. And there's a couple of them out there that are really handy. And then if you have a good understanding on how to use them, there's a great amount of stuff that you could do alone with the Heritage Unit app. You could look up the Heritage Unit app. You could look up trade symbols, which are really great. So if you hear a trade symbol on the scanner, you're able to determine where that trade starts and where it ends up. And sometimes on the app, it'll have a detailed map of the routing, so you can kind of see where this trade navigates to point A to point B. Muncie area Pizza King is good. I'll have to try that out. I do love pizza. Vito's. Yes, Vito's. I love Vito's. And their sandwiches are great because he makes the bread. So it'll be a meatball sandwich. I have to try his meatball sandwich. I don't think I've done that. Chris is asking about doing a shack show. Well, that's more of a scanner guys question. But yes, that'll be at some point in 2025. Of course, I'll have to solicit for the shack photos. And then once the new shack photos are submitted, then we'll run the show. So yeah, that's something that will be coming at some point in 2025. And that'll be on these scanner guys. Let's see. Any other questions? I know this is kind of ad hoc, ask the Train Aficionado. I have done a couple of different books added to the library behind me, which I'm really excited about looking at these. I just acquired some new books. So I'm hoping, over the Christmas break, to be able to kind of read through them and make either shows. The other thing that a lot of you probably don't realize, along with doing content on YouTube, both websites, Train Aficionado and the Skater Guys, both have a blog. So there'll be additional content dropping there on the website as well. So I'm going to be trying to write some more blog entries. Usually those are pretty quick. I just could sit down and write them and then post it. The last blog entry that I've done for Train Aficionado was basically about 6/11, and which was a pretty good fun blog entry that I put together. I plan on doing some more of those in the new year. So hopefully I'll give you guys a great balance of blogs plus YouTube programming as well. But I like all your suggestions. Vito's, you made me hungry now for Vito's. God, I could really go for one of his pizzas or anything on his menu. Vito's in Crescent is really good. That's just west of the Horseshoe Curve in Pennsylvania. So yeah, Vito's is one of my favorite rail fanning restaurants that are out there. The other one that's out there that I haven't been to in years is the Steaming Tender Restaurant in Palmer, Massachusetts, and that's a really cool railroad themed restaurant because it's in the Palmer Depot. And right now, the restaurant is trying to advocate for a stop in Palmer, Massachusetts. Massachusetts is in the process of doing an east-west link. So they want to put on the Boston CSX subdivision. They want to run passenger service. Local passenger service down that line. Currently, right now, the Lakeshore Limited, Amtrak's Lakeshore Limited, runs down that line, I believe, twice a day, heading east and west. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe it's a daily service there. And then basically they want to have a train that's basically an inner city train that'll run basically from points west of Springfield, Massachusetts, all the way east to Boston. So kind of bridging western Massachusetts into Boston. So that'll be really cool if the city of Boston can get that connector all the way out to points west for passenger service. Do a show on chasing heritage units. So yeah, I could definitely put together something like that. For the most part, I don't do a ton of chasing, but the thing is, trying to get heritage units, there's a lot of great ways to be able to do that, and I could do a show on, what you can do to be able to get these heritage units, to get photographs of them, and how to track them. One of my great friends, John Stewart, is great at tracking heritage units. Maybe I could have him on as a guest, and he can kind of give us, the lay of the land on how he does it. He tracks them so well that basically he's looking at where trains are right now and then saying, all right, this one's going to come through probably in our area sometime on Friday. So he's really got it down to a science. Railfan meetups for next year. Yes. We're going to do a ton of those. So I'm going to do at least once a month a Railfan meetup once things get a little bit warmer around here. We'll stay probably within the Cincinnati area because I noticed that we get a lot more people that come out to the Cincinnati ones. But yes, we'll be doing some Railfan meetups in the new year. So there'll be, of course, Hamilton will be one of the stops as always. We'll probably do some stops at the Sugar Shack in Laughlin. Glendale will probably be on the radar as well. Ludlow at the Ludlow Tower. And probably some other new ones mixed up in there as well. So we're going to definitely do a bunch of those. I haven't listed those on the website, but I should start planning that out. I got a lot of work ahead of me during the Christmas break. I'm actually from Saturday all the way to Christmas Day, I'm off from work. So I'm going to actually work on a lot of Train Aficionado, Scanner Guys stuff, and some of the Cincinnati Railroad Club stuff as well. So if you're not a member of the Cincinnati Railroad Club, you may want to join. I was actually a part of their committee for the 2025 program lineup. We've got a lot of great programs set up for next year. A lot of great programs. So you're technically on the first week of every month. You'll have a Train Aficionado show, and then you can watch on their YouTube channel. You can watch some of their programs live as well. But yes, definitely meetups are planned for the new year. Deschler. I haven't been up to Deschler, but definitely I may coordinate something up there if people want to come out and meet. But Deschler is a really cool spot from what I've heard. I've, of course, seen the cameras that are there, but I haven't been there in person. But definitely that's a really cool spot that I want to definitely check out in 2025. I mean, believe it or not, I've been in Cincinnati for a couple of years now, and I haven't seen all the cool rail fanning spots that are out there. And there's tons of cool rail fanning spots here in Cincinnati, also in Kentucky and Indiana as well. So hoping to get out there more, shoot video, produce content. For those of you that are not around here, I want to bring the trains to you via YouTube. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Welcome everybody that's just joining the channel right now. In case you just joined, I let everybody know on the channel that we're reducing down the amount of live shows a month, or it could be a produced show. So right now, in 2025, we're going to have one Train Aficionado show a month, which will drop on the first Wednesday of the month. Typically, we have the first and third Wednesday of the month. We're just going to do one show a month, so it's going to be more quality over quantity. I will produce smaller things that'll drop on the channel. So definitely do subscribe to the channel. So if I drop a video, like a short video, maybe an unboxing of some sort of gadget they use for rail fanning, or maybe a demonstration or a how-to video, definitely do that. But all types of cool stuff for that as well. We're approaching the bottom of the hour here, so about 15 minutes from now, we're going to have the Scanner Guys show, where I'm going to basically announce some of the stuff that's going on for 2025 there. I'm going to wrap this up right now in case does anybody else have any other questions before I wrap up this live broadcast? Just giving a few moments. I know there's a little latency there. But yeah, I've picked up some really cool books. Definitely, I'm going to be doing some research for, of course, some blog entries. And then, of course, for any live or produced shows. Glendale Railfan says, May the 20th is his birthday. Well, awesome. Well, happy birthday to you. And that's where you're going to be going on your birthday, Deschler. That's going to be a cool trip. So definitely that should be fun. I may try to make it out there. I'm not too sure what I have going on in May. I have to look at my calendar and figure out, what my schedule looks like. I know in May there will be a 1950s day. at the Cincinnati Union Terminal. I believe it's on the first Saturday. So I know I'll be in attendance for that. And then I believe I might be in attendance for the Railfan Days at LaGrange, Kentucky. So I may be there on that Saturday as well. I can't remember the exact dates. Columbus. I haven't rail fanned over there. I need to go rail fanning over there in Columbus, Ohio. I've rail fanned north of Columbus, but I haven't really done any rail fanning in Columbus itself. It's all good stuff there. Yeah, there's all types of great train books out there. You know, I picked up a couple of train books, you know, over the last couple of weeks. I just need to sit down and take a look at it. Matter of fact, I got one book right here that I need to take a look at. It's right on that table over there, which I'm really excited about looking through. It's actually about when the railroad leaves town. So, and this is basically the Eastern United States edition. So it's covering a lot of major railroad lines that were abandoned. And that's one of my favorite things is, you know, kind of researching some of these abandoned lines. And then, of course, being able to, you know, photograph them, you know, see what's left there. Are there any remnants of the railroad since the railroad line is gone? You know, is there any buildings? Is there any rail left in the ground? You know, I mean, it's kind of cool to be able to chase history. So I will wrap this up right now. I thank you so much for everybody that's joined. So remember, the first Train Aficionado live show will actually be on New Year's Day, which will be Wednesday, January the 1st. And we'll be live right here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, or maybe a produced show. I haven't decided yet. And then there'll be other Train Aficionado shows, you know, scattered throughout the month. But at least you guys know the guaranteed, you know, show that for the month will be the first Wednesday of each month. So definitely tune in. If there's any changes with that, I will let you guys know via social media. So definitely subscribe to Facebook. We'll let you know there as well. I thank you all for joining. Scanner Guys will be coming up at 8:45 Eastern Time. A quick little show there, and then we'll catch you again in the new year. So if you're not joining us on the other show, I hope that you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Happy Holidays to you and all those that are watching tonight. We greatly appreciate it. We will catch you again in the new year. I'm Jonathan Higgins for Train Aficionado Live. Have a great one and be safe.